Who is your god? Mine is a chipmunk. Not by choice, mind you. I have no choice but to view this being as my god due to its power. You see, a year ago, I witnessed the glory of the god's origin story, their first steps into this unconquered world. What I witnessed was pure genius. I saw three beings, furry, small, beautiful at singing, work their way from nothing into a life one can only fantasize over. Theodore, the powerful, the hungry. Simon, the deceptive, the backstabbing. Alvin, a man who looked as if not to be touched by anyone. No one is worthy. He is simply Alvin. That A. Oh, goosebumps. These three are the gods of my existence. But at least there's only three of them, right? At least there's just three. Or so I thought. There are more. There are more just like them. Exactly like them. Almost like they're clones. Foils. The Chipettes. The dreaded Chipettes. They are one and the same. Just more torment. Another boot on my face to keep me on the ground. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but there are 6 more furry mongrels of madness, 6 rodents of rage, 6 chipmunks. I discovered the existence of these Chipettes through the second documentary of the chipmunks' lives, very appropriately named The Squeakquel. The Squeakquel. This is like if they wrote Bible 2. I'm telling you, The Squeakquel will always live as the greatest title ever made. The movie, it's okay. The first one, I genuinely like. I genuinely like the God's first movie. It's a charming little thing. The second one is where they kind of start pushing it. With the success of the first movie, they said, oh man, we are gonna milk this as fast as we can. And honestly, I get it. In this movie, we see the chipmunks in school. Ooh, we also see the female counterparts. Now that was a massive deal in 2009. When these girls showed up in 2009, it was something powerful. It shook the room. Seeing them on the big screen was history. It's not easy making history by just existing. Can I do that? Look at me walking in this room. Is this history? No, it isn't. We know it is pretty historical. This video's sponsor, Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club delivering awesome boxes of unique goods from under the radar brands. Like, look at this. Look, I got the Forge thing, right? And it has a really cool knife. Like, look at the design on this. Look at that. It's awesome. Every month they have cool new products like outdoor gear, barware, home and kitchen goods, clothing, and even live oysters sometimes. The box lineup will always change based on a preference quiz that you fill out, so you'll always have something that's cool and unique. Each box is like $70 in retail value, but only costs like $45. Like, look at this one. I got the carnivore. It came with like American barbecue rub. You know, I've been cooking a lot. I'm a pretty good cook. I'm not gonna lie. It has like. Hey, look at this. I'm gonna pull it out. Check it out. Look at that. That came in a box. For me. Look at that. It's so shiny that you can even see you right now. You see that? You can see the camera. You'll get a box assigned to you at the start of each month based on your preferences, and before it's shipped, you'll get a preview of what comes inside and decide if you want to keep it, if you like it, or swap it for a different box. Or you can skip the month entirely for no charge. You pay what you want. You can also cancel your subscription anytime. But I think the favorite thing that I got from Bespoke Post is in this box right here. It's called the Weekender. It's called the Weekender bag, the Weekender, you know, for those Weekender types. Look at this thing. Look at how big this thing is. Hello. You can get 20% off your first box by going to bspk.me/24frames20 or click the link in the description and enter 24frames20 at checkout. Now back to the video. The documentary begins with the gods in concert. They're performing and spreading their word to the masses. In a cute, funny fashion, they got a big guitar because, you know, they're tiny. I like that. And Dave from the first movie is back for a moment, just one small moment, because he upsets the gods. He upsets them fiercely, and so he is broken. He is broken to a shell of a man. This just shows it doesn't matter who you are nothing the chipmunks can't put in their place. Know your place, Dave. Always know your place. Basically, this is the movie's excuse to not have Jason Lee in it longer than a minute, I guess. Or was he busy? I really don't know. But he's replaced with Zachary Levi, who is a gamer nerd. He has to take care of him, even though he's a nerd. Whoa, how's he gonna do that? His grandma is there, and the chipmunks hate old people because they remind remind them of death, and they push her down an escalator. That's pretty brutal. Because of Dave being out of commission and the plot revolving just around them going to school really, this movie isn't as grand feeling as the first, and instead has a lot of just hanging around and goofing around, like a very long and agonizing cheeseball sequence that goes on for way too long. But it led me to the question, am I crazy, or is something just off with the eyes in this movie? Because look at Alvin. That just doesn't look right. It's terrifying. Those are eyes that have seen the beginning and the end of time. They know too much. Alvin, what happened? The gods have their first day at school, and it's chaos. They nearly get trampled on her because these people do not know their power. They are disrespectful. They should be on their knees begging for mercy, like these people, like these worshippers. This is how the chipmunks should always be treated. But then we meet one of the non-believers, this frat jerk football guy. But don't worry, he'll receive judgment. He will. He won't get away with it. We then meet the Chipettes. They are born from a FedEx package. They must have had express delivery. And guess who they meet? They meet David Cross, the villain from the first movie who knew the potential of the chipmunks and wanted to exploit it. He exploited it for personal gain until the chipmunks were bored of his antics. Then they ruined his entire life and put him on the street. He's found new chipmunks, new prodigies if you will, and at school Alvin torments the jocks, giving them a taste of their power with wedgies. They fight back, of course, drowning Simon in holy water. But this is just part of Simon's plan. Remember, for what Simon lacks in brawn, he makes up with murder, which he commits, causing them all to be sent to the principal's office. The principal doesn't punish them though, because she is actually a believer, showing them a tattoo of all their faces on her arm. She is a devoted follower. She is branded with the sign of the chipmunk. Are you branded? Are you branded with the sign of the chipmunk? If you are, please talk to me. Please, I need help. This principal will let them commit any crime in this school because she has faith in their strength. She thinks it's a part of their plan. They have a goal and they will accomplish it. Trust me. Meanwhile, with the Chipettes, David Cross gets an apartment to deceive the Chipettes into believing he is worthy of housing them. Then the next day at high school, the gods have a lot more followers on their side, more worshippers cheering their every move like they should. But then something incredible happens. They all meet. The 6 chipmunks meet. Something that could quite literally cause the universe to explode happens in this tiny high school. They meet and they lock eyes. Very terrifyingly. Look into the eyes. We then see how David Cross pits them against each other. What a fool. You're putting 6 ethereal groups at odds over petty jealousy? Begone, you sinner. The competition happens, and this is beyond Alvin. He thinks it is beneath him, so he does not show up, leading for the Chipettes to win and the other gods to be at odds with Alvin. Drama ensues, but the gods then realize, and they know that their true conquer will not happen unless they all are all together as one. All together as one. Brittany talks to Alvin in a very dramatic fashion, and then soon she's captured along with all the other Chipettes, and they need to be saved. They really need to be saved, just like the first movie. It's the exact same thing, but like a lot smaller. But then they get saved, don't worry. Ian Hawke just kind of disappears, and then together they put on a brainwashing performance in the school to get everyone on their side. Dave then shows up for another second. Oh, I guess he's back for a moment, and this is it. This was the second step in their domination. Now they'll have more power. They will have double the fear. It was that easy. That's it. Kind of a small ending for a movie. But what will they do next? I'm scared to find out. This is just an M movie. It's not completely awful, but it's also just like nothing. It's more so just annoying. The first one feels like it has actual heart and scale, and the story actually moves like it's worthy of a movie. This is more like a spin-off sequel for TV in comparison, which I know sounds weird to say for the Chipmunk movies, but this one is just so small. It's weird to have a sequel actually do so much less than the first movie. Like, this should have came first somehow. While this movie does have the best title imaginable, it's just eh. And heck, if the ones that follow this are somehow even worse, I don't want to find out. The jokes in this one are just somehow so much more annoying. And I don't know if it's because it's dated, but I was never this bothered by the animation in the first movie. But here, God, those eyes, man, they haunt me. They really haunt me. But maybe they're supposed to. They're supposed to leave a lasting impression to imprint on your brain. You cannot leave this movie without having the chipmunks in a chip bed scratching at your brain from the inside, clawing at your skull, making a nest inside, laying chipmunk eggs. Do they lay eggs? I don't know. And just forever haunting your mind. This is the God's plan. They started with world fame in the first movie, and then they moved to a much smaller, more direct approach with the young. And it worked. It's working. They're inside. They're inside my head. They're in my head. Help. Someone, please. Someone get them out. Please. It hurts. Someone, please. It hurts. I can't get them out. I can't get them out of my head. They're inside. They're inside.